What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. We are back at Montgomery Motor Speedway for the Rumble by the River 125 doubleheader this weekend. Pro and super late models. ASA Stars Tour is here. Pro late model regular Show Me the Money series is here, and the street stocks are here. Although I don't think the street stocks will practice today. I think they only get tomorrow. But today is Friday. Got a little practice for this afternoon, and then tomorrow we'll just be going for 100 laps. Supers will be going for 125. But we've brought back Heartbreaker, the second race. We'll be putting the second race on this chassis. We've done a lot to it, ton to it. We've pretty much redesigned the whole front clip on it 2 different times. We redesigned it, decided we didn't like it in the shop, and then we redesigned it again, and we got finished with this thing pretty much yesterday. Like I said, we've been putting a ton of work into it. Been a process, that's for sure. Kind of last minute getting done. It's a little bit scary doing it like that, but we're here. We didn't get to go test it, obviously, but we're gonna see how it does this afternoon. Hopefully it does really well. Don't have to tune too much on it, and see how it does tomorrow for 100 laps. So let's get started on the weekend with a little bit of practice. Well, that's it. That was all the practice we made today in 4 or 5 hours worth of practice, rotating between pros and supers. We made, like, you know, we went down the backstretch a couple times. Car was terrible. Slamming the racetrack. Well, first, radio harness was messed up, and so I could hear them, they couldn't hear me. We fiddled with that for however long, and we went through, I think, 5 different radio harnesses, and I finally went and bought a new one, and it worked. Swapped helmets. Mic in the helmet was messed up. Push to talk was broke, and the wiring harness was broke. So we rotated through everything, and nothing would work in any combination. So it wasn't one thing that was messed up, but either way. So we got that fixed, and we had shock issues. I think it was shock issues. I don't know. They went and dynoed it, and they said it dynoed right. I wasn't there for that, but it wouldn't hold the car down. And you'll probably kind of be able to see it in the video, but it's supposed to, when you let off the gas, cars go down and it doesn't come back up. It stays down. Well, ours wouldn't go down. When it did, it would bounce right back up. So they say they've got a plan to fix that tomorrow, and I've borrowed stuff from 3 or 4 different teams. Thank you to Augie Grill, Dustin Smith, and Anthony Campy. All 3 of them gave me some stuff to borrow for today. I wouldn't even sat in the car at all today if it wasn't for them, so I'm very grateful. It's just frustrating. Like I said, when we finally went out and the GoPro was dead at this point, but we made like a 4-lap run, and it was slamming the racetrack. Sway bar arm was hitting the racetrack. Foot box was hitting the racetrack. I mean, slamming and dragging. It wasn't just like tick, tick, tick. It was bam and drag. So we made like 4 laps, and then obviously it wasn't getting any better, so we just brought it back in. It's just, we've had so many problems today. Today has been nothing but problems. We made like I said, maybe a total of 4 laps, 5 laps. And the rest of it was just what y'all saw, coming down the backstretch and then going right back in the pits, or making a lap and a half coming in the pits. So I've never seen a bigger sign of saying this is not your weekend than this, but it was terrible, and I don't see it getting better. I'll be 100% honest. I think we're going to chase the same issues tomorrow, and we're going to, you know, struggle to run last. But I guess you have weekends like that. For us, it's every weekend anyways, so nothing out of the norm here. We'll just keep on digging, I guess. I don't know. Disappointed and defeated would be an understatement, but it's been horrible. I just want to put it on the trailer and go home. It's terrible, but we're not doing that. So we're going to stay in either wreck a race car or run dead last, or both. But we'll find out. All right, guys, it's race day. Like I said yesterday, the car was horrible. We're going to try and have a better day today. We're really far off. I don't know if that's something that we're, like, when you're so far off, there's a time when it's just like, you know, it's not something you can fix at the racetrack. So I don't know if we'll be okay tonight or not, but we got a plan to try and fix it. This is the first time I've tried to walk and keep myself in frame. I don't know how people do this. But I'm gonna try and have a better day. I was pretty upset last night, but we got a plan to fix it. If that doesn't work, I don't really know what we'll do. Probably just start and park, but we're gonna try and fix it. So, trying to have a better day today. We will see y'all at the racetrack. Guys, I wish I would have recorded some. Let's see here, it's 1 o'clock right now. Supers practice at 1:30, then we'll practice at 2. Got through the driver's meeting and all that, but we've done so much just since getting here. We hadn't even been on the racetrack yet. We've changed to that left front shock, I don't know how many times. We've had it on and off probably 10 times. Different shocks, other people's shocks, our springs, other people's springs. We've been trying to make it work, and I think we finally got something that might work. We'll still have to see how it does. I mean, I have no clue how it's going to do, how it's going to handle anything, but like I said, I want to give a huge thank you to Anthony Campy. That's his shock on there right now. If it wasn't for him, we'd be probably starting and parking, which we may still. I hope we don't, but hopefully this is going to help us out and fix a lot of our problems. So like I said, I want to give a huge thank you to Anthony. He's been a great help this weekend, and he's offered help in times past when we've had trouble like this. So really says a lot for his character. He's a good guy. So maybe now that we've got all our panicking done before practice, actually get some practice laps in and see how it does. Like I said, it's been a crazy morning. We hadn't even been on the track, and we've been scrambling with shocks for hours now. So like I said, we'll see how it goes here in practice here in about an hour. gonna do it for practice. We ended up about 10th or so. We were towards the bottom, but I mean, we were running some pretty similar times, but it's also hard to tell what everybody else is doing tire-wise. I mean, I know a lot of people stickered up that last run, but looking at their race run speed, we looked pretty similar, and we were on about 50-ish laps tires. The car is better. At least the car runs now, so that's a step in the right direction. I mean, it doesn't feel terrible. It could be better, but it doesn't feel terrible. But now the left front caliper is locking up. Like, it was doing weird stuff on entry on the brake, and like the less brake I used, the less weird it would act. We came back in, and Dad was like, "The brakes are smoking. How much brake are you using?" I told him, "I'm just laying the weight of my foot on it. Like, I'm not using any brake hardly." And so tried to spin it, and the caliper's locked up. So we're working on that right now, but hopefully we can get it fixed and see what we got for qualifying.
Second, Casey Ronald, 26. Line number second over, Casey. All right, landing the ball, brother.
So this right here was pretty cool. This couple ended up, they live like 10 minutes down the road from me in the same town. And they happened to be in Montgomery to watch the race, and here we were, you know. So they came down and talked to me, and they've been race fans for so long. They even saw Dad race at the fairgrounds way back when. So I signed a hero card for them, and Dad signed it too. So I thought it was cool that they were from the, you know, same town as us and ended up all the way in Montgomery watching us race. And like I said, 2 generations of racer got to sign an autograph card for them. I just thought that was cool. It was, you know, you never know who you're going to run into at the racetrack, and it's crazy how small of a world it can be sometimes. But they were both super excited. It was really cool. sunglasses. Either way, that's gonna do it for Montgomery. There goes the hauler. Dad and them are taking it back. Me and Lacey are going to ride together. It was a tough night. It was a tough weekend. Like I said, we started the weekend with electrical issues and shock issues, sway bar issues, and we got most of it fixed. I want to say thank you to Anthony Campy again. Like I said, I can't thank him enough. We wouldn't even started the race if it wasn't for him being gracious enough to let us borrow a shock and give us some help. He didn't have to do that, and I'm very appreciative. But so we got the shocks fixed. For the most part, they weren't where they needed to be, but it was good enough to run. And we got the sway bar fixed, good enough to run. And we kind of had too much bar in it to keep it from dragging. But you know, what else are you gonna do in a situation like that? But we final practice, the left front caliper, brake caliper, like locked up. You couldn't spin it by hand, and it was just dragging. So you know, what are we gonna do about it? We took it apart and tried to shim it up to where it was free, and it helped a little, but it didn't help much. And the right front started having the same problem, so I'm thinking it might be something in the master cylinder going bad for the fronts. But both calipers were locking up. We went out to qualify, and the left front caliper was screaming. And we knew it was going to be a problem. We knew it slowed us down, but we just wanted to start the race and try and see how the car was going to do. And we did good for a little while. And I mean, we did okay. We weren't super fast, but we weren't terrible either. And so, you know, we were running wherever we were. We passed a couple people there at the start, and then caution came out. We came down and worked on it a little bit, tried to get a little drive off out of it, because it was so tight in the center from where it was dragging the brakes. I couldn't get the car pointed to drive straight on exit, so it was getting really loose on exit. Came in and worked on it, went back out, restarted 6th or 7th or something like that. I think we started 7th, and it did really good for a few laps, and then the brakes got hot again, and it was cooking the front tires. You know, it was getting them so hot that they wouldn't stay in the track. It was sliding and chattering the right front. And so once we started falling back, we decided we just needed to park, because the brakes weren't getting any better, and it was just going to keep overheating the front tires, and it was just going to keep getting tighter. So we parked yet again. I hate that. The last race in this race is the first 2 races I've ever had to park, and it sucks, but you know, it was the smart decision, because they ended up wadding up right after we parked, so you know, we would have been tore up again anyways. But like I said, it sucks, but it is what it is. We're going to take it home and fix it, find out what's wrong on the brakes. We're going to put new brakes on it, go through everything. We're going to refine our setup, get it right. And I mean, like I said, I felt like we had a really good car had it not been for some of the issues we had. So we're going to go home and get it fixed and come back and hopefully be even better. Like I said, I feel like we're really close this time. I truly do. I know we've said that a lot, but I feel like we actually are finding something now. That car had a lot of turn in the center that we've been missing for a while. But either way, that's gonna do it for this weekend. Thank y'all for sticking along, sticking whatever, hanging around, whatever you want to call it. I don't know when the next race is, but we'll have some shop videos in between, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.